Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. Okay, once Faceless lets me go, I'll be on my way. This thing says I need 25 iron trains. I have 14. Green chips, I need 4. I've got 6. I think I have one of them not assigned. The hell is this thing? What are you doing here? Well, I have too many of those, so I'm not going to use you. I could just turn you into a different train. Yeah, I'll turn you into a steel train. Because this is what it's like when worlds collide. Alright, I need some iron train templates. Come on, song's a banger and you know it. Really? I'm gonna have to replace you, sorry. The only Justin Bieber song I like, because it's a cover by Pentatonics. I am seriously considering making a combo. Good point, Zoe. I am seriously thinking about making a combo copper cable green circuit, because I made a combo copper cable red circuit build for the satellite, and I made a couple of them for the satellite, and that made me thinking that maybe I should do this here, because instead of dropping off copper cable, it's just green and red circuits. Move you up here. I don't know what you are, but come over here, just in case I need you. Oh, and recently been playing a bunch of mod I won't mention. Really loving just putting down forest trees around the completed build. It's a nice aesthetic. It gives me a different kind. Yes, I'd like to be able to do that, but I'm not a socialist or communist, and so I won't support that artist. Too many people dead from that concept, and I won't go there. Yeah. I tried a couple of mods that grow trees, and they didn't work for squat. They didn't satisfy my desires. Where are the chests that I put down that had all my stuff in it? Or did I pick them all up? Who did I keep copying that has those chests on it that need to be deleted? I think I'm gonna need like them. I don't think King Finerb has what I need here. And I accidentally sent these trains all the way home, and I need them back. This one goes here. This one is going to come back to right here. And Mucky is going to come back to right there. Man, it really sucks walking in between these. Alright, let's see what's missing. I think we're really close. We're good. I didn't even need like them here. Now, I'm going to be tearing out, and this is actually going to be kind of painful. I'm going to be tearing out a blue circuit build. And it's it says a lot that I am thinking about not blowing all those blue circuits up because they're so valuable. Changed my mind. Oh, wait. I gotta turn this on. Now, I had you pick up a bunch of wooden chests that I probably shouldn't have. Because I should have just shot y'all. And then, in anticipation of tearing a bunch of stuff out, so we're going to be using this one. So that's pretty interesting that I'm, I mean, I've got to delete the chests, obviously. But I don't think I need to delete much rail. Let's have you come down here for removal of that, and then come back while I blow up some chests. I think I've got some iron trains that I put online that I did not program. So I need to get those. That gives me 16 trains. And you tell me I need 25. So put down some more. Hi, King. It's going okay. Doing a little tedium work today and yesterday, just doing trains for my builds, because I figured out a way to calculate how many trains I need. But I was also looking at some traffic problems I was having, so... and if you're material averse, don't watch, because I'm blowing shit up. So I've got all my green circuit builds in one place, and it's causing traffic problems. So I'm swapping out some copper builds for some green circuit builds, and some blue circuit builds for some green circuit builds, and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I'm also building trains. And I'm considering using a different design for green circuits that does not involve moving copper cable across my trains. It kind of go against my philosophies of how I wanted to build this base, but it's just so damn train inefficient that I might need to do it. No, I don't need to destroy everything, Owen. Just the chest, so I don't have to pick all this crap up and move it, because it doesn't hold that much value. Somebody did the math, and it takes 8 minutes to mine a chest of coal or something like that. So why would I bother to save it? You know, and the same goes for pretty much everything, right? Why wire on belt? Because I was trying to make everything on a train. I don't use nukes on Earth. Will not use nukes on my precious Earth. And to be honest, my philosophy worked really well. I mean, the whole thing did produce 20,000 science at some point. I just didn't have enough trains. I didn't scale up the trains, and I totally forgot about scaling up the trains until, you know, the thing fell over on itself. I mean, here's the thing that told me that I had a problem. Here's production for science hours ago. But if we look at these numbers, production science pack. Okay, so my goal was to reach 10,000 science. So I got 10,000 science on all of these. And I can't zoom in any further, unfortunately. But, I mean... Okay, so here's chemical science. And then I'd shut it all down, right? And here's military science. And then I shut it off. Now, here's production science, purple science. These spikes right here, it's capable of 6,000. So it didn't quite hit 10,000. It never hit 10,000. So I got to look at that. But these fall downs here are when it ran out of resources completely. Because I didn't have enough trains. This one, this is yellow science, utility science. It reached 11,000. Right? And then it fell down. All of these collapses, again, due to fuel supply. Here, this thing only relies on two things, gears and copper. So either it ran out of gears, which is impossible, or it ran out of copper, which is more than likely because I didn't have enough copper trains. Logi science never ran out of stuff till I shut it off. And then space science is irrelevant in this context. So the one I need to look at, why did purple science fail? Now, what I did, and I'm going to turn on a screen here on the side. It's an opera window, and it's really ugly, and it's hard to see, but I have a spreadsheet. Well, oh, and I would still do 12, but I would belt it in between. I'll show you that in a moment. So you can't really see this spreadsheet, and I can't really do much more about it. I mean, I could make it full screen, but it's kind of moot. What it's telling me is how many trains I need based on the resources. So what I did is my trains, they are unloaded by 4 They're unloaded by four inserters, right? So 4 assemblers unload. And this is the safe move. And so what I did is I did some math and some calculations, and I watched and I saw that a train unloads on a four inserter, a wagon unloads in 73 seconds. So if I round that up to 90 seconds, which I did, and then I do some math, basically I can provide 25,000 materials, 100 stack per minute from a train. 8 wagon train. I'm going to get 25,000 science. Which means that for every 25,000 science that a build needs, I need a train. A minute. Roughly. There's some fudging in there, but I then use that to tell me how many trains I need of each type. And for a lot of these, it wasn't that big of a deal. For the rocket silo complexes, easy peasy. But once I've gotten into research now, I'm having a real hard time. And the real hard time that I'm having, I did not want you to pick those up, Stuck, is how many trains I need. Because holy crap, I need 25 iron trains to satisfy this. Because purple needs so many iron trains, so much steel. Modular slots? I don't know what you mean by modular slots. I don't have any mods for my spiders. Why would you have rocket fuel here if this specifically says rocket fuel is supposed to be 0? Because that was a mistake. Yeah, you know what? I will do that. No, I won't. Okay, so now I'm going to paste this blue circuit build here. Well, that's still not good enough. So, oh, and what did I say I was going to show you? Oh yeah, direct insertion. So I have a satellite build. Right, so this is like my most advanced build right here, and my most favorite one. It's a 4 rocket silo setup, and it's all self-contained. It has all of the resources it needs. It has 4 copper, 2 iron. It only needs 3 copper. It has 2 oil. It has 1 coal. And I did all the math using the same spreadsheet, and I figured out how many machines of each that I need, right? And here's an example of copper cable right next to green circuits, also right next to red circuits. So this copper cable assembler doesn't have far to go, and there's 4 of these things. So this is fine with me. I don't mind this at all. It doesn't cause too much traffic. It's kind of localized. I could even make it more local if I wanted to, if I was willing to make it into, air quotes, the neighborhoods, right? But where things got weird on me is satellites. I don't have room to put satellites in here, and I didn't want a generic thing with satellites. So I created this concept of, I have mini factories in many areas. I have this mini factory that builds satellites, and all it does, it's only designed to support a satellite assembler producing, and this is important, 4 satellites a minute, because I'm launching a rocket every minute and 6 or a minute and 10 seconds out of 4 silos, so I need 4 satellites every minute and 6 seconds. So 4 satellites a minute is going to be fine. So all of what you see here in this grid satisfies 4 satellites a minute. Now, belt limitations really mess with things. I can only fit, because of the way that the green circuits work, belt limitations. I can only feed it just over a belt of copper cable, right? So I need to feed this thing a little more than a belt of copper cable a minute. And I'm not using trains in and out, but I still want to use my 12 beacon, and I want to use my 12 beacon. I don't want to do anything else, so I'm willing to use belts to feed it. So I came up with this setup, which has a small flaw. It is a little bit short on copper cable but it's close enough that it's fine. I even considered, like a speed module in here, and it changes this a little bit. But I don't need this much green circuit, right? When you look at the whole thing, green circuit, I'm short a little bit of green circuit, but this is rate calculator, and it's assuming that I want to make 135 a minute, which I don't. Right? I only want to make 4 a minute. So if I take this and I change this to say, I decrease this until I get it to 4 a minute, which is 3%, 3%. Well, now we're gonna start backing things off a little bit. And for that, in order to satisfy it, I need 40 circuits a minute, I think is what it came out to. This one pairing gives me a lot of circuits. Everybody else, I would have to go through all the individual buildups, but ultimately what it comes down to is that I am not using all of the green circuit capacity that I could do. This is only for satellites. This whole thing only makes satellites. And then it puts them on a train, and it sends that train down to the satellite, to the rocket facilities, rocket silos. So this is the model that I would use, right? Unload copper and iron, and because, and if you look again at the green circuit belt, if we look at transport belts, that's half a belt, right? Which means that I can put 2 of these in series because this is my output belt. So I could do this. I'm at 996 on the output belt. Input belts, it's a little more significant loss, right? There's a slightly bigger fall down there. But I'm not using a full belt of input. I'm not using a full belt of input of copper or iron, right? I'm actually surprised that this is not larger. I thought it needed more copper than that but when you use prod mods, your copper needs go down significantly and it becomes 1-to-1. So what I'm thinking of doing, I'm not going to do this, but what I'm thinking of doing near future is something like, and again, let me put this where it's not going to get built and bitched at, which is probably best to do it here. So what I'm thinking of doing, not for satellites, but for general production, Etra, thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Let me see if I get this right. Okay. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting in another copper cable assembler, flipping this so it's not this way, right? Doing the 232 build, right? But ignore the fail there. Right? If I do this, I'm oversupplying copper cable to green circuit by a lot. But I'd rather oversupply it than undersupply it. Now, if I toss this over here in my scratch area, my bots will build this, and I can use rate calculator to tell me how it's going to work. So I'll let them do that for a brief moment while I go back to what I was doing. And I kind of lost this. Okay, well, those build that. I don't know what happened there. This should be built. So if I look at this, all right, so there's a problem. I'll be sucking down more than a belt of copper, but I'll be overproducing copper cable. So assuming this belt starves by 0.067, will that 0.067 translate into starving an assembler? I don't think so. And then there's also the inserters and green inserters. I think I'll be fine. Scrub zone. You can type that stuff in. Oh, Hellmod lets me type that stuff in. Yeah, I've considered Hellmod. I use Kirk McDonald's website. Kirk McDonald's website has been flawless for me. Here, I'll show it real quick on the screen. And I've pinned it. I think it's a pinned message. It is the link to what I have on the screen here. It is a web page with all of the research that I'm doing and how I'm calculating how many trains I need and all that other stuff. Oh, I need tanks. Who's got tanks? Not enough. I sent that train away to get refilled. No, I didn't. Well, let's bring King Finner back here. Oh, Bum has some tanks. I'll use him. Probably need pumps if I need tanks. And pipes, which I don't have. Not enough pipe. What have you got? Nothing useful, so I'll just clear you out. No, you don't get that. You get that. Stuck. I never thought you'd be this useful. I need more pipe. That didn't make sense. Not enough. Yeah, I don't have that problem, King. I'm not trying to landfill the world. Alright, bum, you can go out here. I need... What do I need here? Steel chests. I think I sent the one who's got steel chests away. King. Oh, good. You're back. Come here, King. Mr. Fanerb of Nerbs. And then I'm going to need Lycum to come here, too. I think. Yeah. Not that record! Cool! Name on a train for King. Well, this one caught my attention, King. You get it. $255, $165, 0. Did I screw it up? Nope, I clicked the wrong thing. I'm going to make a UI for this vehicle sticker soon. Now I can't remember that. I put you... Oh, there you are. Nice. Gotcha. You have a petroleum train in the research facility. Yeah, I got to make a UI for this that lets me list all the trains that have stickers on them, or the vehicles, and then a button to find them. Yeah, that's some trippy sound effects. Oh, I need assemblers. That's what I needed, like them. I need bacons. I think I've still got the speed mods. Come back here. All right, let's see if I got it all. I do. It just so happens I have some green circuits that I am going to bequeath onto you. So I'm not going to turn this on until I finish tearing this one out and building it. because I am going to save those blue circuits. I have a circuit control build train to life. Yeah, I'm not doing anything as a yeah. I prefer dedicated trains. Mucky has a really fantastic solution that I love, but it's too complex for me. Oh, these things terrible. Too many. Yep.